Hello guys, how are you? I'm your English teacher, Miss Seçil. Today we are going to study a new topic altogether. But firstly, let's remember what we have studied before the holiday. It's been a long holiday for you. I know you miss me, and I miss you too. Now, let's look at here. If you remember, our unit name was It's a Crime. We talk about crime, we learn new vocabularies, we listen different news about Tifil story and father angry victim of online con. Then we studied reported speech. Now, let's come here. If you remember the rules, we have studied reported speech. We said we are changing direct speech to reported speech. Let's look at here. For present simple, the reported speech is past simple. For present continuous is past continuous. For present perfect is past perfect. For past simple, past perfect. Past perfect is again past perfect. Would is changing to would. Can is could. Will, of course, would. Am is are going to. Are was were going to. I know you know all of this, but I just want to remember all together. Okay. Now, let's look at here for the vocabularies. Do you remember what we have studied? Yes, let's look at here. Okay. For to do something illegal, what was it? I know if we were in the class, I could hear you were all telling at the same time. Of course, it is to commit a crime. What about to be mad? To live in a special building for criminals is to go to prison. To take a suspected criminal to the police station is to arrest. Yes. To kill a person intentionally, it's to murder. Money that you have to pay if you break a law is a fine. To enter by force, usually to steal something, is to break in. Someone who intentionally kills another person is a murderer. To be found while committing a crime is to get caught. To have a problem because of something that you did wrong is to get into trouble. And the last one, a person who is in the prison is a prisoner. And I know you know all of these because we have studied before. Yes. Now, let's go to next page. If you remember, we have listened a track which was about mugger. Yes, what was mugger? Do you remember mug? Why might someone mug a person? Of course, we said mug is that to attack someone and take their money. Yes. Okay, now let's come to reported question, request, and imperatives. As I said, we have studied reported speech, but let's remember once more time. Now, we said we often need to tell others what someone else said. There are two ways to do this. One is to say the same words and use quotation marks. That is direct speech. The other method is to summarize or tell about what someone said. This is called reported speech. If you remember the example I always say, like, I need your help. We change it. He said that he needed my help. Great. Now, let's come here. We have checked this one, page 76, if you remember. but I just want to add 3 more, which are may, we say may is changing might, sorry, yes, must change to had to, have to change to had to. Now, for place and time, mostly when we are changing direct speech to reported speech, we need to change place and time too. That's why we use today for direct speech. When we are changing reported speech, we use that day. Now, change to then, at the moment, yesterday, the day before, days ago, days before, last week, the week before, next year, the following year, tomorrow, the next day, the following day. Here, there, these, that, these, those, ago, previously, before, tonight, that night. Now, let's come on our topic. We said that reported question, requests, and imperatives. Now, reporting on question. When we report question, we have to pay attention to the auxiliary verbs. What are the auxiliary verbs? These are verbs like do, be, and have. For yes or no question, it's begin with an auxiliary, like such as, do you like pizza? When we want to report that question, we are going to drop the auxiliary and add if or whether. We say, he asked me if or whether I like pizza. Now, for the rules. In reported yes no question, we use ask, if or whether, and the same word order as in a statement. In reported request, what is a request? It's politely or formally ask for something. We use ask plus object plus infinitive. In reported imperatives, what is imperatives? Something that is obligatory to do. We use told plus object plus infinitive. For the more examples, let's check student's book, page 77 all together. Let's come here. Before that, if you remember, we have listened a track which was about mugging a person, and here are some examples that we are going to match it. I hope you remember. Let's do it all together. She asked me if I knew who had suffered. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Yes, it's D, most from what I had done. Second one, the judge asked me whether I wanted to go to prison. Third one, she asked me to look at the other side of the table where my mom and dad were sitting. For the last one, what can be? Of course, he told me to think carefully about my choices. Okay. Now, let's come to rules. If you remember, we checked the rules in presentation slides, but let's do it one more time. In reported yes no question, we use asked, if or whether, and the same word order as in a statement. In reported request, we use asked. In reported imperative, we use told. Okay, now let's come to here for the examples. Let's look at the example which I have done for us. First one, the 0 one. The example, reporter, have you had much success with the program so far? For the reporting yes no question, we are using the reporter asked. Because it's a question and it's a request, we say asked if he had much success with the program so far. For the second one, what can be? Okay, I'm gonna give you time. Yes, think about it. Presenter, are victims scared of meeting their mothers? Don't forget the rules. Remember one more time. Okay, let's do it together. The presenter asked if or whether victims were scared of meeting their muggers. The next one, Ken's wife. Did you see the article about restoring justice in the newspaper this morning? Ken's wife asked if or whether he had seen the article about restoring justice in the newspaper that morning. If you pay attention, you will see that the time changed and direct speech changed to indirect speech, reported speech. Okay, let's look at the next one, third one, presenter. Could you tell us more about the ideas behind the program, please? The presenter asked him to tell them more about the ideas behind the program. The last one, here. It's very important because, these 3 R's all requests, but the last one is an imperative. Why? Because these 3 R's request, but the last one is not a request, it's imperative. That's why we say Ken's manager told him not to include other criminals in the program. Yes. I hope you understood the topic. It's really easy. When it's a request, we are using ask. Of course, we don't forget if or whether, but for the imperatives, we are using told. Okay. Let's come here. For respecting the law, understanding that punishment will follow a crime. If you remember beginning of the video, we have looked at the vocabularies about crime. There were 10 vocabularies. Let's remember there: to murder, to break in, to arrest, a fine, to commit a crime, to go to prison, a murderer, to get into trouble, to get caught, and a prisoner. Now, let's look at this punishment and the crimes. Let's match them together. Okay, he got a fine. Which can be the crime? He got a fine. Can we say he had to pay 100 euro? Because a fine is mean money that you have to pay if you break a law. The second one, he got community service. What can be? He has to spend 80 hours cleaning the streets. He got a life sentence. What can be? It means at least 20 years in prison. He got a caution, but it will be years before they carry it out. He got the death penalty is do you think? No, it is not. Let's do it one more time. He got a caution. What can be? But he will be. Okay. He got the death penalty. Okay. Yes, all true. Now let me show you the easy way. Sorry. Yes. Can you see now? 1E, 2A, 3C, 4B, 5D, and 6 is F. Okay. The last one is about working in pairs, but here we cannot work. That's why let's skip this page. And